What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Carol. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up if you like what you see, and you can also find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter as well. So today I kind of wanted to switch things up on you guys because I know I've been vlogging quite a bit and everything has to do around like the baby and blah blah blah. So today I don't want to talk about baby, I don't want to talk about Ryan. I just want to share 5 random facts you may or may not know about me. I highly doubt that you know them, and so I wanted to share. I don't know why I'm still holding up my hand like a claw, but yeah, I wanted to share them with you guys. And so I have Pablo sitting next to me right now for support. But yeah, without talking your guys' ear off, let's get into this video. I'm nervous, you guys. These are some facts. These are some intimate facts. So please don't judge me, be nice. I'm being very open with you guys right now. So here goes nothing. Okay, starting with fact number 5. When I was 17, I got a tattoo, which I then got removed on my hip. If you've been following me for some time now on my channel, I actually have mentioned tattoo laser removal. So that tattoo actually is getting removed. So I had to stop my sessions early on because I found out, or not early on, later on, because I found out I was pregnant and it's not safe for the baby. But I am getting it removed. There's some still there, but it's very, very, very faint. But I wanted to share the story behind it because I feel like nobody really knew about it. I pretty much just shared a little bit about it and I just said it was getting removed, but I will put up a picture here so you guys can see what it looked like before. And yes, I got it done when I was 17 years old. I went through a phase of like no given phase where I just wanted to be rebellious and do what I wasn't supposed to do, and apparently a tattoo is part of the process and my parents were not happy. So I was 17, so I got it done illegally because in the US you're supposed to be 18 years old in order to consent to get a tattoo, and I was 17. So I had a friend who knew a tattoo artist and he tattooed me in like the middle of the night, and I decided to get the word "life is what you make it" on my hip. I didn't think about the writing. I didn't think of the fact that it was a freaking Miley Cyrus song, a freaking Hannah Montana. When I got it done, I can't tell you, I went to school and people were like, isn't that a Hannah Montana song? Like, I thought I was being so cool by like being so deep, like, yeah, life is what you make it. But it's like, all I could think in my head after that was, that's what you make it, so let's make it right. Life's what you make it. Like, no, that was not the point of getting the tattoo. Don't get me wrong, I think tattoos are beautiful and I have nothing against them, but I should have thought it out a little bit more. I think tattoos are something that you should really know what you want and have the maturity to choose what you want. I obviously wasn't mature and I didn't think it out, so I got a freaking tattoo and it was so stupid. I started getting laser tattoo removal, which a huge thank you to Laser Clinique in San Diego. My tattoo is coming off so nicely. I was really worried about how it would turn out. And if you guys have questions or wonder about laser tattoo removal, I do have several videos on my channel that talk about laser tattoo removal. So I will link those videos down below, but I am very happy with it. I cannot wait to be able to finish off my sessions to get it completely gone. Random fact number 4, número 4. I have had and still have, well not still have, but okay, I've had 10 piercings. So, and the piercings that I have had are not the most typical piercings and they're not the classiest piercings. So yeah, I've had a lot of piercings and you guys are probably wondering which ones I've had pierced. So let's talk about those. No judgment here, guys, don't judge. Let's start with the normal piercings. I had 3 holes pierced on this side. I had 3 holes pierced on this side. I had my cartilage pierced, which the cartilage would hurt. So eventually I just took it out, but I still have the 3 holes open on each side. Had my belly button pierced, which I eventually took it out. I just kind of got over it. I don't know, it was just there. It was just, and I think belly buttons are weird, so I was like, ooh, anyway, I took it out. I've had my tongue pierced and I've had my nose pierced. So let me explain myself. So after I got the tattoo when I was 17, I decided, why not just be full-blown chola and finish off the rest of my bad behavior. So I went and got my tongue pierced, which not to hate on anyone who has a tongue piercing, but for me, eventually I realized it looked tacky, because when you have your tongue pierced, the only thing that people want to do is stare at your mouth when you're speaking. And guys tend to think they're like, ooh yeah, she's a tongue piercing, she must be like so sexual, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I got a tongue piercing just because I felt like getting a tongue piercing, but it was such a pain in the ass the first week that I got it pierced. First of all, I didn't tell my parents I was getting my tongue pierced. So when you get a tongue piercing, if you know, or if you have one, you know what I'm talking about. Your tongue swells up like a sausage and you literally cannot talk. So you start talking like this because your tongue is so swollen. I would chew on ice all day. I would gargle mouthwash 3 times a day so it wouldn't get infected. So when I would go home and my dad would talk to me, I'd just be like, hi dad, how are you? Like I would keep my mouth super tight, but it was so painful. The tongue piercing, I think, is one of the most painful piercings I've ever experienced. My tongue was so swollen, but I took really good care of it. So I had it for about 4 months, and then I kept like biting on the barbell and it hurt so bad. Like you could literally crack your teeth having a tongue piercing. But other than that, like I liked it. I would always like entertain myself. I would like rub it against the inside of my teeth, and I don't know, it was so stupid, but I ended up taking it out. It obviously wasn't a good look, but I still have like a scar underneath my tongue of where it got pierced. Moving on to random fact number 3. Numero 3. This one's not like too bad, but I just felt like sharing, so I thought it was like a random thing that maybe you guys have never known or never seen. But I actually have done a few music videos before I started doing more modeling on the athletic side. I did a couple music videos, which are super random, but I got to do a music video with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz. And then I did another music video with CeeLo Green, Juicy J, and Pitbull. And it was a really cool experience. I was super nervous. I hadn't really done music videos before. And whenever I had seen music videos or girls in music videos, it was always like the girls who were like, their asses were like gyrating and like they were like super sexual. And I was always like trying to avoid that look. I didn't really like it. I didn't want to be known as like a video girl, so I was really nervous when I got asked to do music videos. My first reaction would always be like, I don't twerk, not doing twerking, like what do you need me to do? But I was very fortunate that the 2 videos that I did do, I didn't have to do that, and it was more tasteful. I really enjoyed the last video I did with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz. It was a lot of fun. It was really funny, and it was kind of more like a parody music video, but it was still like a cool experience. I'm gonna roll a clip so you guys can see the 2 music videos I was in. So here's the first one. You couldn't be more sexy than you are already. You couldn't be more sexy than you are already. Oh baby, give me some. If you wanna be forever young, let me know I'm not the only one. And here's the second one.
Yeah, go ahead with your cute ass. Whatever nigga fucked up, it's a dumbass. Let me make it right, girl, you deserve that. Sundresses make a nigga wanna grab that. Oh, you know that you my favorite piece. They was thinking about your ass when they made this beat.
The first one that I did with Juicy J and CeeLo Green, I was really young. I think I was 21, 22. I was really young, I had black hair. It was like my first time. I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. And then the second one I did with Trey Songz, actually I did last year. And so yeah, I look more like I do then, I guess you could say. I don't know. Anyway, that was awkward. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's move on to random fact number 2. Before I started modeling and doing any sort of modeling stuff, I actually had like 2 really normal jobs. I worked at a restaurant for like 4.5, 5 years called California Pizza Kitchen. If you're ever in California and you go to there, I'm literally obsessed with that place. The kids' macaroni and cheese, woo, fire. I was a hostess, and I also did like their takeout. So I've worked at a restaurant, which is why I think I'm so appreciative. When I go to a restaurant, I always try to be kind to staff, and I tip well because I know what it's like to work in a restaurant. And a lot of people who have never worked in a restaurant have so many expectations, like, why is this taking so long? Or why is that taking so long? Or they're rude, or they're bad tippers, or like, they just like don't understand that working in a restaurant is not easy. So yeah, that was one of my first jobs. And then following that, I worked in an office. So I worked at a desk. I was like a secretary. I was a financial aid representative for a college campus. So when people, so I would process paperwork and stuff like that, like answer phones, like super normal job. Like I had to come dressed for work. Like I had to, you know, have phone skills, and I was on the computer all the time. And then after that, I started modeling, but I had two super normal jobs, and I'm really grateful that I had those jobs because I feel like it made me appreciate a lot. And it also helped me be grounded because I know what it's like to work in customer service. I know what it's like to work in a restaurant, and I have so much more empathy for people in different jobs, and I will always do my best to be polite to everyone. Okay, last but not least, this is the golden goose egg. Is that even a saying? Anyway, the last and final fact, random fact that you may not know about me. This one makes me nervous as I feel like people are so judgmental. I have had plastic surgery before, but I have never been one of those people that acts like I didn't get plastic surgery. I've just never openly told the world. But if anyone around me knows me, I mean, I'm very vocal about it. I'm not shy about it. I hate when people, you know, if you know me and you know my channel, I don't fake the funk, so I'm very honest. But I have had a breast augmentation, and I had a breast augmentation about 3 years ago, and it was a very personal decision, and it had to do nothing with impressing a guy. It had nothing to do with wanting attention. It had nothing to do with anyone around me. It was a decision I decided to do for myself, for my self-esteem, and just pretty much, yeah, for myself. It was something that I really wanted to do. It was something that I had been wanting to do for a really long time. It was the best decision I've ever made, and I don't regret it. And I actually wanted to do a separate video talking about my my surgery experience. So if you guys want me to do that, let me know down below, and I'm more than happy to share my surgery story. I mean, obviously right now they're huge because I'm pregnant, but they're normally not this big. I don't know if that's so much information, you guys, I'm so sorry. But I was very precise on what size I wanted. I was very, like, I wanted to make sure that I looked as natural as possible. I pretty much just wanted to even out my proportions because I've always had a butt. I've always been athletic and fit, and I always felt really uncomfortable being like all butt and the rest is like, my back and my front is the same size, you know? But yeah, so that is the last and random fact you may have not known about me. So now you guys know me a little bit better than you did before. Hopefully that wasn't too much information, and hopefully you guys found a little giggle out of this. Like I said, I wanted to change up what I was uploading. I wanted to do something different, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn on your notification bell as well. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave your comments down below. I always try to get back to you guys. I always try to respond to your comments as much as I can. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Adios. Mwah.